Guys, Jess here with Offbeat Life, bringing you our final update, catching up period. So basically what I have here is kind of a July preview, but we're a little more than a week in. Most of my expenses are already paid, some of my income is in, but I'll let you know what things are looking like and what kind of changes have been made. So to start things off, if you saw the June budget report, I set aside some money because I knew income was going to be a little bit short, well, a lot of it short compared to my good months, but was going to come in a little bit under my projected expenses for the month. So I set aside $173.18. The change was just, whatever was left at the end of the month. So obviously that was already there in the account. I am projecting about $355 from merchandising because again this is the kind of dry period. It is starting to pick back up. I can see a couple of future weeks, so August should pick back up, and August is also a 3-check month for on that particular bi-weekly schedule, so August should be a bit better. I'm projecting about $200 for the bar. Sneak preview, I've already, it's 2 weeks into how I get paid for that. We'll just leave it at that. So I've still got 2 more weeks to go in the month to get paid for, and I've already made this budget, so I should come in over on that, but I will mention towards the end of expenses where I think that's probably going to go. And I budget my usual about 4 hours a week doing the side hustle of bookkeeping, which is about $175. I may put in a couple extra hours there, so hopefully that'll be a little bit higher too. So my lowest income month projected $903.18. It was kind of unnerving seeing that number ahead of time, but I knew that I was going to do this also because once I paid off the student loans, this was kind of my gift to myself, was not going, excuse the phrase, balls to the wall this summer. I don't have debt outside of the house that we're focusing on, so I figured I'm going to work basically just enough to make sure that the bills are paid just for the summer so I can take a bit of a break, and then in the fall, once merchandising picks back up, and once I go back with Hasbro, which I will be doing possibly end of September, but probably beginning of October, things will pick up again. So it's a little weird seeing the numbers so low, but it's enough to get by, and I'm taking a break from work, sort of, working part-time, which is nice. So at this point I'm projecting just paying the minimum payment on the mortgage this month, $713.44, and you can see that's already gone through. And I've never really mentioned this before, but the way that I handle like a first of the month payment, because obviously I haven't made all my income to make that payment, at the first of the month, is basically I pay July's mortgage out of June's income. So basically where I'm sitting at the end of June is that I have, this money waiting to go out July 1st. So I'm always kind of, I don't know, some people call that a month ahead. I make sure that I have the money before the 1st, because obviously I wouldn't have it at the beginning of July until the end. So that's already paid. I gave myself $100 for gas. I've already spent $50. I'm a little worried that I might go over in gas, but I'm hoping maybe I can pull some out of miscellaneous if I don't have much stuff to get this month. We'll see how that one goes. I had $25 budgeted for cat food. That was already spent at $24.83, and I gave myself my $20 miscellaneous. I did buy a new pair of leggings because mine were falling apart, so that was $6.24 there. So I have a little bit left. Well, I've got about 3/4 of it left, so we'll see how that goes. So my budgeted expenses are $858.44, with $44.74 remaining to go into the emergency fund. You can see some numbers down here. So basically, I kind of alluded to it in my July budget or June budget report, that for my merchandising, I basically kind of round my numbers, and basically how I get the numbers is however many hours I have on my schedule times 10, and that kind of gives me a rough idea. And then what I've done for this month was I ran those numbers through a paycheck calculator, so I have a better idea of what they're going to be, so they should be a little bit higher. So down here are the numbers that I'm expecting, which would be about $30 higher, which is a good thing. So hopefully I'll actually be able to put more like $78 into the emergency fund. The other thing, so like I mentioned, I should be making more than this at the bar because I still have 2 weeks to go to work there. And what I don't have in here, and I don't know what it's going to cost yet, is my one boss, my side hustle boss, owns a car dealership, and he's going to be replacing one of my wheel bearings. And it's not the easy kind, it's the press-on kind. So I know it's going to be harder, and I don't really know what it's going to cost. Normally, in the past, when I was working on paying off my student loans, RJ, my husband, used to cover most of, well, the majority of the car expenses. I never really had to deal with them. So now that the student loans are paid off, I reminded him I can take care of it myself. I can be a big girl and pay my own car repairs myself. So I will be paying for this one. I don't know about how much it's going to cost. I'm hoping it's not going to cost me much more than what I should be making extra from the bar. So we'll see how that comes about. Also, another thing you'll see here is that I don't have a contribution from RJ. So what we've decided at this point, now that the student loans are paid off, I basically said, you know, I don't need the extra help, and he can use that money for what he needs. So I'm no longer incorporating that into my budget. We have some plans tentatively for it. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see how that pans out, but as of now, I'm no longer including that in income for my budget. So that is July. Obviously, a lot of it's already done. Hopefully no big issues, but we will see towards the end of the month. So I will update you guys in a couple more weeks and how this went. I hope your July is planned for and starting off pretty well. Let me know in the comments how things are going, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a good one.